If you guys will be at Blade Show Atlanta this year, I'm dropping the We Knife Co. inmate there, and every day at 2 p.m. I will be at the We Knife Co. booth. So if you want to see me, take some pictures or whatever, I'll be there at 2 p.m. But either way, I'll be running around the show all 3 days, and I'll probably be back and forth at the booth. But the We Knife Co. inmate will drop in Atlanta at the Blade Show, and we will be giving away free t-shirts that I designed to everybody who purchases one. Now, if you're not able to go to Blade Show, don't worry, we will have them also on their site and other dealers. Bang! Neeves Knives, I'm Jared, and today we have a whole bunch of knives that are dropping today. So I wanted to get through them since there were so many that dropped on the 29th. I figured I might as well just put them all in one video. Some of these do have their own videos coming, but we're going to start off with the CRKT Redemption, the new version that's more compact. The original one had a 4-inch blade. This one has a 3.25-inch blade, which could potentially be even better for you because it is much more compact. Magnet cut spear point dagger style blade. Then we have a steel bolster lock with a G10 scale, and we have a shield on each side that's also inside the handle that looks really cool. Deep carry inset clip with flat screws that also replaceable with a replaceable plate. Always love to see that. Now, the only way to deploy this is with the crossbar lock. So you can just let it gravity flip, or you can pull down on the crossbar and swing your wrist a little bit. It is very rapid, a very fast deployment. It is on bearings, so something that is very frictionless. Now, because it is the size it is, I think it's great for switching to the reverse grip. From going from the forward grip to the reverse grip, it is super fast, super intuitive. You just basically grab right on the shield or right at the tip of the clip, and it's very easy to spin, rotate in the hand, and get to that grip. Now, even just to turn it around and cut backwards, everything basically about your grip on this knife is super versatile, super easy. It's got a coffin-shaped handle with a nice thickness, nice weight, nice everything that makes it super easy to manipulate in the hand. Now, also, because of the blade and it not having any other deployments, the blade sits right inside the handle, so it's very slim and very easy to carry. This is definitely one I think is cool, and I think potentially is probably better than the original. Now, obviously, the original might be better for specifically self-defense situations, but I think this one could be better all the way around as far as just carry, EDC use, and self-defense. The next one that's dropping today on the 29th is the new DIVO model. My goodness, this is so good. He did such a good job on this design. This is a S90V Wharncliffe blade with a very deep hollow grind, very slicey, beautiful plunge grind. Then we have titanium scales with a steel exposed liner lock. And because it's exposed, the part that actually is the lockup is actually about the size of a frame lock as far as thickness goes, making it very comfortable to disengage. I think it's attractive looking, and when your hands are wrapped around it, it acts like a frame lock because you actually make the lock stronger. It's very compact. I can still get a full 4-finger grip though. Great pinch grips. Titanium mill pocket clip is a little stubby and it can potentially be a little smoother in and out of the pocket, but it does come with a wire clip. So if you like a deep carry wire clip, you got that option if you want to switch to that. This one obviously wasn't bad enough for me to switch, so great access to that lock bar, super duper smooth. And then the star of the show here, besides the blade, is this jimping and front flipper. This is one of the easiest and best front flippers. I love this front flipper. This goes right up there with some of my favorite front flipping knives. This has such a very intuitive, very snappy, and very easy to use front flipper that I think everybody will enjoy. Like I said, this did drop today. Now, this is available at Blade Binge. So if you want to get these, there's lots of different versions. I forget how many. There's like 5 or 6, maybe more. I don't remember. But they are available at Blade Binge. I will have everything for you linked down in the description. Now, next one we have is from Urban EDC, the ISURUS. The ISURUS is in magnet cut steel with a beautiful harpooned hand satin blade, gorgeous blade, very thin geometry, beautiful sharpening choil and plunge grind. Then it has Timascus thumb studs, a Timascus pivot collar, Timascus clip, and an integral titanium frame lock. So all the bells and whistles, and it has amazing thumb stud action, nice strong detent, nice thwack when you deploy it. And then it also has a very comfortable disengagement when you unlock it, super smooth on the drop. And the thumb studs have a nice texture around the edge, making it have a little bit of grip, so it kind of grips your finger when you go to deploy it. The size is definitely slim, but I can't get a full 4-finger grip. So while it's slim in the hand, it still is a good size, so you get a good grip on it. Pinch grips are going to be great, but this is a very attractive knife, you know, and it comes in multiple different versions. I forget how many. I think there's 4, but there might be more than that. But either way, this is a beautiful knife from Urban EDC. Urban EDC usually has beautiful knives. Then it also comes with this tool. Now this tool is cool because when you have an integral, how the hell are you going to unscrew a clip that doesn't have a screw on the outside? Usually you have a clip screw on the outside for integrals. This is a tool that makes it where you can go right in between the scales and you can work on it. I like that. It's a nice tool to have even for your other integrals and things like that. So definitely a cool little touch that they threw in the package for you. These are not available today. They are available on June 4th, but it's only a couple days away. So I figured you guys might want a heads up because they are going to be a pre-order. So these will be up for pre-order June 4th. Now for the Damascus versions only, they will be only available for pre-order, so you'll only be able to get them for pre-order. So if you don't pre-order it, you won't be able to get it. But these things will have the pre-order available from June 4th until the end of the month. It's an amazing piece, so I figured I'd give you guys a couple days notice about the pre-order, and I'll also remind you, obviously, in June as well, just in case you forget. But it is, like I said, it's a badass piece. So something you might want to consider for the month of June. And next we have a beautiful knife from HIGHTRON. Now this didn't just come out. This one I believe was already available, but you can use the links down in the description. Beautiful copper Damascus blade, titanium handle, crossbar lock, and a built-in fidget toy. You can spin it, you can click it, and if you light it like a lighter or act like a lighter, like just swing it that way, it vibrates. Now that's not it spinning, that's it vibrating. Like I said, clicking, rotating, it's pretty cool. So you got a built-in fidget toy with a fidget knife. That's also a very useful knife. The sheep's foot blade is going to be super useful with this compact little titanium handle. The copper Damascus, I believe it's a VG10 or an AUS10 core steel. I can't remember. I'll try to write it on the screen, but it is a beautiful blade. This copper Damascus is gorgeous. Blue thumb studs, blue pivot with a blue actuator for the crossbar lock, which is very easy to get to, very easy to flick out, even for a compact knife. This is a very fidget-friendly knife that's very easy to deploy and close up and get put away. The titanium handle has these machine lines in them where they anodize the outside and the inside of these machined lines. And then it has obviously all the other machining and coloration where, you know, the inside is blue, the outside is pink. I think it looks really cool. You got a spot for tritium, super slicey blade. Again, 3-finger knife, but you can get 4 fingers on there by choking up a little bit. And with the shape and design, this is going to be a super useful compact EDC knife. It's not only a fidgety knife that's fun to use and fun to play with, it also has a fidget toy attached, which I think is pretty cool. And for a little stumpy clip, by the way, this clip actually works pretty good. Now, I do have another knife from HIGHTRON here, but here's the thing. As soon as I open it, it's going to break. So I will open it still. We'll still check it out breaking, but I just want to say that I have other knives from HIGHTRON that were great. So I don't want this to be a representation of all of them, but well, it didn't break. Oh, no, it did. So there it goes. So what happens is when I flick it out, the button pops out. So, and then I have to push it back in every time, and it's hard to push back in. So I'm just going to say a no-go for this one. Maybe if I get a new one, you know, we can check it out. But that one, you know, I can't get to work. So it is what it is. Next is a knife from KANSEPT, and this is a behemoth. These things are huge. Massive knives. over a 4-inch blade. I think it's a 4.25-inch blade. This is called the BISON. The BISON has a titanium frame lock, some of which have a nice textured diamond pattern on there, and others have a nice smooth, soft, flat surface. So depending on what color option you want or what texture, they have a bunch of different versions. Now, again, 4.25-inch blade. This is a monster. Just right here alone, I can get a full 4-finger grip. So this is something that could be used as a fighting knife, as a self-defense knife, hunting knife, or whatever. Now, it does have these wings right here, so you can choke up without fear of sliding up the blade. If you poke into something, the titanium frame lock should also allow you to make that lock stronger so it doesn't fail on you. The belly, will give you a nice roll cuts and things like that. This tip is very, very pokey, so no matter what you're kind of poking at, it'll go at. This could be a great extra large EDC knife for anybody, or slash self-defense knife. Very smooth on the drop, great thumb stud action because of this heavy S35 VN blade. It doesn't have a flat ground S35 VN blade, titanium frame lock. Like I said, it has very smooth action, as you can see. It is riding on ceramic caged bearings. The thumb studs are easy to get. They put a chamfer along the edge right here, so you can just kind of slide your thumb up and thwack it out. The access to the lock bar, I do wish they cut it back right here. I wish this was cut back so that I could easily access it. It's good, it's easy, but I wish it was better. But hey, maybe it's that way because it is kind of considered a little bit more of a self-defense knife, and they don't want any twisting making you possibly unlock the knife, which I kind of understand. But all in all, it's a big knife, man. This could even be a big hunting knife. Not that you're probably going to see too many people hunting with it just because it is a premium knife, but hey, you never know. I mean, I think that's pretty cool if you're a hunter and you're skinning deers and you're using, a couple $100+ knife. Anyways, what a badass knife, the KANSEPT BISON. And you know what? If you're going to get an XL size knife like this, KANSEPT might just be a perfect company for it because you get very good materials and good reliability, good quality for a price that's not going to be too crazy. Now, these 3 knives I do have a full video on, but I figure we might as well talk about them anyways. And we have one other one after this. So this is the Busker FG from Civivi. Now, the problem with it is, well, one, I love this knife. I think this is such a badass knife. We have a beautiful, badass sheep's foot blade, Nitro V steel. In my example, micarta handles with a very big, very strong locking system. Nice big stop pin, big hardware. It's a big knife. Very slicey, very comfortable. It has everything going for it, except they put the stop pin right here where it closes. There's a stop pin on the inside where it closes right there. It hits right behind the edge, which I'm struggling to say whether or not it's a deal breaker or not. And I do have a full video on this, but it's just, it's a great knife, but I just don't know how much life you're going to get out of it. If you dropped it and you chipped your edge, you could potentially have to sharpen out all that steel. And then when it goes to close, it's going to hit the back spacers and chip the edge. Who knows? So that sucks. Now, if that did not happen, and you just sharpen it, it would last you a few years and maybe even more, just depending on how much you sharpen it, how much steel you remove, and so on. So you could potentially get your money out of this, but you might not. It's hard to say. Now, the same thing goes for this guy, which is another new knife from Civivi. This one is the Triptych. The Triptych is a compact knife, dual grind, but with the exact same issue. And I freaking love it though. Now, one I do love that came out, which is kind of crazy out of all of them. This is the one that I absolutely recommend. It's pink, but listen to the sound. Thunk. It's got a thunk sound. It is so cool. Very, very smooth. Like, I mean, just stupid smooth. Nice deep hollow ground blade. It's a carry design. The fidget factor is like a 9 out of 10. The smoothness is like a 9 out of 10. I mean, this thing is ridiculous. It is very, very cool. You would not think that it is cool as it is until you get it in hand. I mean, something about this is just, it's got a lot of cool factor. Oh yeah, by the way, this is the, what the hell was the name? It was something like it was an actual name. Gordo. This is the Gordo. Now, also, there is this guy. The WE Knife Co. RR15 or GRR15. Is it GRR15 or just RR15? Can't remember now. Sorry, BRR15. The BRR15 from WE Knife Co. I love this thing. I've been carrying it for the past couple days. It has a very low profile flipper that works so good. Super, super snappy, very, very smooth on the drop. We have an M390 Warncliffe blade with a flat grind, titanium bolster lock with the aluminum aluminum carbon fiber. It does have other versions available as well. Now, this particular model right here, you can get for like $275 if you use my discount code. I have a 15% discount code. So before the discount code, it's like $325, but if you use my discount code, about $275 for this model right here, which is a really, really good deal because this is a very premium knife made by WE Knife Co., who makes much more expensive knives. They did a really good job on this one. Like I said, this little low pro flipper tab is so snappy. It's nice and comfortable in the hand. It's great all the way around. So I'm digging this thing. I do have a full video on this one coming up as well, but figured I might as well share it with you guys since it still is one of the knives that do drop on the 29th. So I'm sure we could talk about a lot of other knives, but just to keep it short, work hard, stay tough. Until next time, peace.